Hey guys and gals, it's your buddy Drew with Living History's Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. You know, in the past, we've talked about some really weird, and I'm afraid today is no different. You know, I'm sure through all of our lives, everybody watching, we have heard instances of cases that go before our judges, our courts, that from the first words spoken in the court, we thought these things were just weird. I recently ran across a little bit of history that had to do with court systems, and you want to talk about some weird stuff. I don't even know what to say about this, so I'm just gonna say, check it out. I ain't gonna promise it's good, but it's interesting.
Our first story takes us to Falaise, France in 1386. Picture this: a sow dressed in human clothes, standing in a courtroom. The crime? Murdering an infant. This wasn't just any trial. The pig was given a full legal process, complete with a defense attorney. The townspeople of Falaise were horrified by the incident, and in a time when animals were sometimes seen as having human-like responsibility, the pig was found guilty and, believe it or not, executed by hanging. This case is one of the earliest and most famous examples of animal trials in medieval Europe, reflecting the complex relationship between humans and animals in the Middle Ages. Fast forward to 1474 in Basel, Switzerland. A rooster faced trial for the unnatural crime of laying an egg. Superstition led to the belief that this egg might hatch into a basilisk, a deadly serpent that could kill with a single glance. The court took these fears seriously, as people at the time were deeply influenced by folklore and superstition. The poor rooster, deemed a threat to the community, was found guilty and met a fiery end at the stake. This trial highlights the extent to which irrational fears and myths could influence legal decisions. In 1545, Saint-Julien, France, faced a unique legal battle, the trial of weevils. These tiny insects were accused of devouring the vineyards, a serious offense in a region heavily dependent on wine production. The weevils were given a defense lawyer who argued on their behalf. In a remarkable twist, the court granted the weevils a small vineyard to live in, away from the main crops. This decision reflects the legal principles of the time, where even pests could receive a fair trial and a compromise solution could be reached. In autumn, France, 1508, rats stood trial for eating the barley crop. The defense lawyer argued that his clients couldn't appear because they were dispersed across the region and had natural predators everywhere. This clever defense led to a trial delay and eventual dismissal. The case of the rats is a fascinating example of how legal representation and procedural fairness were extended to all beings, reflecting the nuanced views on justice during that period. Next, we have the trial of a mule in Marseille, France, in 1540. The mule had kicked a man to death, an act considered criminal by the community. The mule was tried, found guilty, and hanged. This case shows how even working animals weren't exempt from medieval justice, and how their actions were judged by human standards. The trial of the mule underscores the serious consequences animals faced when they harmed humans, irrespective of intent or circumstance. One of the most shocking trials occurred in 1916 in Irwin, Tennessee. An elephant named Mary, part of a traveling circus, was sentenced to death by hanging for killing her trainer. The execution was a public spectacle, drawing a large crowd. This tragic story highlights the harsh and often cruel treatment of circus animals in the early 20th century. Mary's case remains a poignant reminder of the brutality animals faced in the name of entertainment and the legal system's willingness to treat them as culpable for their actions. In 1706, Vanves, France, saw the trial of a dog named Soter. Accused of biting a child, Soter was executed despite the child later admitting he lied. This case is a heartbreaking reminder of the injustices faced by animals and the sometimes flawed nature of human testimony. Soter's trial and execution illustrate the severe consequences that could arise from false accusations and the lack of protection for animals against such claims. In a village near Gubbio, Italy, in 1740, a goat was put on trial and executed for witchcraft. This trial reflects the deep superstitions of the time, where animals were sometimes believed to be familiars of witches or even witches themselves in animal form. The goat's execution highlights the fear and irrational beliefs that could drive communities to extreme actions, even against innocent animals. In 1314, Humieges, France, a bull was tried and executed for goring a man to death. Bulls were often seen as dangerous, and this trial reflects the fear they instilled in people. The bull was subjected to the same legal process as a human would be, illustrating the medieval belief in holding animals accountable for their actions, especially when they resulted in human fatalities. Our final story takes us to Denmark in 1750. A horse was tried for kicking and killing a man. Found guilty, the horse was executed. This case marks the end of this peculiar tale of animal justice, showing how deeply ingrained the concept of animal culpability was in historical legal systems. These trials might seem absurd today, but they offer a fascinating glimpse into the legal and cultural mindset of the past. They remind us of the strange and sometimes dark history of how humans have interacted with the animal world. From superstition to strict legal proceedings, animals were often caught in the web of human beliefs and laws. Thank you for joining us on this wild ride through history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more incredible stories. Until next time, keep exploring the past to understand the present.
Welcome back. You know, it's like I was saying in the beginning, through our lives, probably every single one of us has seen on television or heard about in the newspaper or something court cases that just seemed like a waste of time and money. Charges that have been brought against people that just seem so far-fetched. The key word there, the operable word being people. Court cases against animals, the judges, the magistrates, the attorneys, the public interest in these court cases from history against members of the animal kingdom. What kind of weird rabbit hole have we fallen down? I mean, seriously. A bull gored somebody, let's put him on trial. An elephant killed its trainer. Oh, God. The ramifications. But that's all we got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this look. It's just some weird crap from history. Bet you never look at your family goat the same way again. But until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. We do. Whew. We'll see you in history.